Alright, this week's rental is the Ford Edge mid-size SUV, coming in a white and black trim, sitting on some 18-inch fat tires and rims. This SUV is pretty stylish looking. It follows the current trend of the mesh lining grille. The vehicle powered by a inline 4, mounted with the front wheel drive orientation. This is a all-wheel drive system, so it's not true four-wheel drive, but it's an active all-wheel drive system that performs quite decent. I had to drive it around in the snow up here in the panhandle of Texas. Roomy cabin trunk space for storage. Can fit a few carry-ons in there. Let's hop into the back. The back is, let's give it a test, is pretty comfortable. Oh yeah, definitely very, very comfortable. 6-foot driver. I have about a fistful of knee room, so not cramped at all. There's plenty of head space. I have like about the same fistful of headroom, so not cramped at all. On the side of the passenger, we have speakers on, seems to be tweeters on the upper part of the door panel, and then your standard regular speakers towards the bottom. Has one cup holder and a small little storage space. No storage space on the handle right here. You even have a little storage space behind the driver's seat. Coming towards the middle, we have backseat air vents. We have a nice little storage space right here, and then two USB-C connections for charging. Over on the left hand side is pretty much the same as well too. Up at the top, we do have rear passenger dome lights, which is convenient. And the center comes down to be an armrest and 2 cup holders. Let me see how it feels sitting in the middle. There's no divider in the middle, so it's actually pretty comfortable. So I think that 3 adults could actually fit pretty nicely back here. Let's jump up in the front and see what's going on up there in the cockpit. So as we hop into the cockpit, it is very nice and spacious, like the back. Everything, well, the seats are very nice and plush. It's wrapped in pleather material. I'm going to start up the engine real quick, get the heater going. It's a little bit cold out here. So you have your analog and digital gauge right here. I like the color settings. It's a little bit different, but is very visible and useful. Over onto the side, we have your light controls, speakers, and then the side you have your automatic door locks and windows, and rear inside view mirror controls. No cup holders on the door handles, just like the back. Same type of configuration, cup holder, small little storage space, standard speakers, and I guess this would be tweeters up above. And making our way to the middle, the upper middle, we have sunglass storage, which comes down right here, and you have your buttons for your lights. Moving down towards the center console, you actually have like a storage space right here, so if you have to set anything up, like your navigation on your phone, you can do it there as well. You're greeted with a very large infotainment system, which is one of the great features about this car. Is it's very technology, has a lot of technology in it. I like the big size. This looks like a humongous 12-inch screen. It's all touch. The only physical keys is your volume for your radio, and then weirdly enough your hazards and your quick defrost and things like that. Moving on down, you have a small little storage compartment right here, and you have a USB-A and a USB-C for connectivity to the infotainment system. And further down, you have your gear controls, park and circular knob. You have like, seems to be coin tray, 2 cup holders, your parking brake, and another little storage area right here. What's amazing is the center console is really spacious. It's really nice, and it's deep in there, real deep in there, so you can fit a whole lot of things in the center console. Unfortunately, the glove is just standard size. You won't be able to fit much. The trimmings on here is hard, soft plastic. Steering wheel is leather, which is, I wish the steering wheel would be a little bit thicker and possibly wrapped in leather like the seats. The steering column, you have your light control and your lane departure controls, and then your windshield wiper controls on the right hand side. You have your cruise control settings on the left of the steering wheel, and then your Bluetooth phone controls on the right of the steering wheel. Overall, this is a nice spacious ride. Let's take it on the road and see how it performs. All right, the Ford Edge SUV. What's it like driving this vehicle? Performance-wise, let's see. The steering is a little bit is responsive. Braking is a little bit mushy. Acceleration is adequate. It's maybe on a little bit of the because of the inline 4 motor, lacking in a little bit of power, but not enough for you to really notice it. You can still pass up cars pretty well. It could probably use, I was wishing it could use like the EcoBoost engine with the inline 4 with the turbocharger that are in some of the Mustang sports car, because I do feel like there could be some more torque to this SUV. Now, overall, the ride quality is very comfortable. You're very roomy space, the leather interior and the soft suspension makes for a very comfortable ride, and you have good visibility out of the front windows, and there is some blind spots, but there's safety features in that, you know. Speaking of safety features, it has some of the basic safety features like blind spot detection in the rear view mirrors or the side view mirrors. It does have lane departure systems as well, and it has assisted steering too, so that's a plus. And only thing that is probably lacking is that collision. I mean, if you're about to crash into a car, it will alert you rather quickly, but like when you're in cruise control and with the assisted driving, if you're coming up to a car, the cruise will not slow down. The speed of the cruise control will not slow down. So no biggie. Wish it could be better if they had that. Other than that, great set of technology. I love the big screen infotainment system. Stereo system is quite nice. Overall, if you can do away with the underperformance of the engine, this SUV would be rather nice. But because I would have to ding it, it can't get an A because of the performance. One final note is that it does actually do pretty well with gas mileage. On a full tank, you can get about 400 plus miles on a full tank, so that's good, and it probably has to do with the inline 4. So I think the performance really comes down to the mushy brakes, the not so responsive steering, and the somewhat underpowered engine. But other than that, it's a great, comfortable ride with plenty of technology features as well as safety features too. But like I said, I can't give it an A. It's gonna have to be a solid B. But if this is the price point for this rental, if it's in your range, it is a good rental to buy. It just seems like it underperforms with a lot of the other SUVs in its class. It seems like some of these other SUVs, they actually perform like a sedan, like a sedan versus like a traditional SUV. But that's not the case with the Ford Edge, unfortunately. So just keep in mind, not a bad vehicle, not a bad rental, just that there's just better options out there if you have the choice, and probably at the same price point, rental price point as well too. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.